Hi there, my name's David, I'm the Wandering Ponderer. Welcome to another video. You find me here up by the cricket club in Coggeshall Hamlet. No cricket going on, but we're up here for a reason. In the last video I covered a fire that almost blew up the gaswork. Up here I want to show you tell you about a fire that actually changed the course of the road from Coggeshall to Kelvedon, and the fire happened up here. It was back in May 1901, and we'll go down here and we'll have a look at, survey the area without getting run over. This road here, which at the moment is one way, it's had to be, used to be part of the main route to Kelvedon. Now there's an old map from the Scottish libraries which is an ordnance survey map that shows you what this road set out used to look like. And we come down the junction here. Across the road there is Pointwell Lane, which goes down to Pointwell Mill. The main road from Coggeshall used to come up, and you used to have to turn sharp up here because you couldn't get across there. Across there was a house. Just the other side of Pointwell Lane was a house that went across the road, and it's this house that is the subject of our video. According to the Ordnance Survey map, the road that currently is there now was just a footpath. So it went between the house here and the house that goes across what is now the road here. In the 1800s, the fire department in Coggeshall was not, quote, the Coggeshall Fire Department. It was a fire department of an insurance company called the Essex and Suffolk Equitable Insurance Company. Back in that time, in the 1800s, fire engines were purchased and used by insurance companies for their clients. One was stationed in Coggeshall, and the people that crewed it were from Coggeshall, but obviously under the direction of the insurance company. Now, the way it used to work was that if your building was insured by the insurance company and it caught alight, you were covered, and the fire engine would come out at no cost to you and put the fire out. But if anybody that wasn't insured by that insurance company wanted that fire engine that was stationed in Coggeshall to come and put a fire out, they had to hire it. That's the sort of setup you had back in that day, and you will find everything about it in Trevor Disley's book, Fires, Firemen and Other Mishaps. It details the whole history of the fire department in Coggeshall, and it's an interesting read. Otherwise, how would I get so many videos out of it? There are changes that were going on during the late 1800s, which are detailed in that book, with the Essex and Suffolk Fire Department. And when I say fire department, the department of the insurance company. And there's lots of wrangling going on. So this was the time just after we had all the kerfuffle with the gasworks, and quite a few fires after that. Things happened that seemed to underscore the necessity for there to be a completely dedicated, solely dedicated fire department in Coggeshall. But that's a whole different argument. The owner of the White Hart, by the name of Frederick Bayliss, he was a member of the fire crew assigned to that engine. He horsed the engine when it was called out to come up here. And I'll tell you the story. In Trevor Disley's book, it says, in May 1901, the engine was called out to a house on fire in Coggeshall hamlet, belonging to Mr. Cleland, a retired naval officer. The fire started just before 6 in the morning in the scullery, probably from an oil stove, and was discovered by the maid. The fire spread so quickly that Cleland, his wife, and their 3 young children escaped only partially dressed. The engine, with William Tansley in charge, was soon on the spot and set into the river at Pointwell Mill, giving a splendid supply of water. But it was soon evident that the old timber house was doomed, and efforts were concentrated on the stables just 12 feet away. These were saved, but of the house only the blackened chimneys remained. The winding road to Kelvedon that passed the house was known locally as the Serpentine, and the fire provided an opportunity to build a new road across the site of the house, making a shortcut which avoided some of the bends. This is just one of a few stories that are being taken out of the book. There's another Coggeshall changing story from Trevor Disley's writings that will come up possibly next week. We'll see. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, as always, and thank you so much for sticking with me, and if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be wonderful. But nevertheless, stay safe. I'll see you in another video.